Hey guys, how's it going? It's Chris here, and welcome to an update video. I know the title is a bit of a negative connotation, and I'm here to explain to you guys what's going on. This is, I guess technically this would fall under a not-so-daily update. Haven't posted one of these in a while, but need to let you guys know what's going on, and I have to preface this video by saying that this is in no way any kind of pity video. You know, I don't post pity videos. I don't post videos where it's poor me, poor me. It's the fact is that I'm real with you guys. I'm honest with you guys. I like for you guys to know what's going on. I want you guys to watch videos and know me, know where I come from, what I'm doing, and know just who I am inside. And so I feel like if I leave important things out, like I obviously don't sit there and share every single aspect of every frame of my day. But when things happen in life, I feel the need to tell you guys, because you're not just faceless viewers. You're not just numbers. You are people, and a lot of you care. A lot of you are interested, and a lot of you are supportive and want to be there and want to be kept up to date. So it's my responsibility not to leave you guys in the shadows, not to just kind of bail on you and hide things from you. So I need to let you guys know what's going on and just the current situation. So today is, what, October 20th? Yeah, today's October 20th, and yesterday, October 19th, I lost my job. So, yeah, if you guys didn't know, I was working at Dollar General for a little bit, and I was making absolute minimum wage and getting less than 25 hours a week, so I was not taking home very much money. No, I wasn't the breadwinner. I was just like, well, here's my tiny contribution to bills and whatever have you. So, of course, there goes the phone right on cue, you fucking son of a bitch. Boop. Yeah, so I was not by any means the breadwinner. Sam makes most of the money, and YouTube, streaming, and stuff like that doesn't bring me hardly any money, and now with my channel getting demonetized, it's going to bring me even half of what I made, which was like less than $10 anyway. Now I'm going to be cutting that in half because of YouTube demonetization. But yeah, right now my income is basically zero. And the reason I want to explain to you guys why I got fired. Yes, I did get fired, but it was more just like, we're sorry, but company policy, we have to let you go because of this. And the reason why, I'm going to explain to you guys now. And no, I swear to you, I'm not making up excuses. I am giving you guys reasons and how things have been displayed to me and how I interpret them, and the reason why I feel like my accusations, I guess, are justified. Basically, the way that it works in this, I guess, this Dollar General, most Dollar General stores, is you have your drawer, okay? You have your till of like $150, okay? And and at the end, you start your drawer with $150, and then they count your money. And at the end of the day, at the end of your shift, they count your money, and then they calculate your sales with how much you sold and how much money was going in and out, and what it projects your money, how much money should be in your drawer, and how much money is actually in your drawer. So it has sale numbers equals this much money, say $260, and then at the end of the day, you should have $260 in your drawer. If not, some money's missing, or you have too much money, okay? And the way that that works is basically you have $2. You have a $2 limit, either $2 too much or $2 under what you should have, okay? And if you're over $2 on either side of the spectrum, that's a write-up, okay? Because it's like, well, meaning if I have $2 too much, that means I didn't give somebody back $2 of theirs, and somebody else, somebody left with less money than they should have gotten in change. Or they gave me too much, and I didn't notice or whatever. Like, they handed me a $5, but there was another $5 or like another $1 bill stuck to it or something, and we didn't notice, and that ends up in the drawer. Or, in extreme cases where people are stealing and there's money missing from the drawer, then obviously somebody's stealing. So basically, it's like you have too many times where your drawer is not correct, and it's like blah blah blah. Here's a write-up. Here's a write-up. Here's a write-up. Termination. Basically, that's how that goes. And I've been working there for almost, like, just shy of a year now. And I had a couple mess-ups because I moved too quickly. I'm too nice to people. Like, as much as you guys see me, I'm too nice to people when I meet them. You know, I'm very nice and open person, and I have conversations with the customers, even though part of me doesn't give a shit, you know, but like I have the face, I have the front of being very nice and everything, and I do like a lot of my customers that come in. I'm gonna miss them. I do like some of the customers that come in. But you know, you get to talking, you get to shuffling money, and I have very shaky hands, so a lot of times I'll try to grab stuff and I like drop money, I throw money on accident, I grab the wrong change because my hands are very shaky and trembly, and also I'm very anxious whenever I talk to people, especially if people are being rude or being accusative or whatever. If they're just being piece of shit people, then, you know, I get very shaky, I get very nervous, so, because I don't know how to handle the situation. I know how to handle it in a professional way, but I'd much rather handle it in a different way, so I get very nervous and have to be very constricted in what I do and say. So I'm trying to get money, and I end up, you know, maybe grabbing an extra $1 or an extra $5 or something like that, and then, you know, it slips through the cracks. And basically that's what happened, is I had too many times where my drawer was a little bit off, and so that they have to let me go because of that. So, because you're costing the company money. But which is understandable, okay? You know, if you mess up, you know, you have to be held responsible for it, and I get that. But the problem is, there's suspicious activity with it. Not for me, I wasn't suspicious at all, okay? I swear to God, guys, I didn't steal money or anything. We have, like, obviously little change and money counters that you weigh your money and it counts it for you automatically. That machine in the office that's supposed to be, you know, in charge of your money is messed up. It miscounts pennies and it miscounts $1 bills all the time. But it doesn't matter, you know, it's, if it miscounts it, it's like, oh well, but it's the machine's fault. I could have a completely perfect drawer. If that machine counts my money wrong, I get in trouble for it, even though it's the machine's fault. And it's old. It's an old piece of equipment that's inaccurate, and my job and everyone else's job is on the line because of this old, outdated piece of machinery that is notorious for being incorrect. Okay? And now, then it's like, well, just have somebody manually count it or whatever, do double counts, which is fine, but then the people who are in charge of my drawer, I get my drawer, I'm done for the day, the drawer goes in the safe. They take the drawer out of the safe at the end of the day when we're closed, and they count through all the money. The person who counts my money is a manager position, and basically once I clock out and my drawer goes in the safe, it's out of my hands. So, say if there's somebody there who's a manager who doesn't like me, or who may have been distracted, and then they mess up with the drawer in my drawer, and then the numbers go in wrong, that falls back on me. So basically, if they mess up, then I'm in trouble. So it's like, it's a system where I could be doing my job perfectly fine, but still get fired because something else went wrong along the lines that I can't prove one way or the other happened. All it shows is my numbers are wrong, even though there's a huge chunk of time when it's out of my hands and where I can't do anything about it. And there's also a lot of room for human and mechanical error and computer error that doesn't get, you know, considered when it comes into that. I just get in trouble, or someone else just gets in trouble. You know, that's how that goes. So, but then there was this one day where my boss, my like boss, not like that day's, you know, like key holder or whatever, like assistant manager. It's the manager. Wasn't there, and I was hanging out with one of the assistant managers, and it was just us two closing. Us two, not three. And we had nothing to do. We had absolutely nothing to do. It was a very slow night, so we barely had any customers. We had no stock. We had nothing to really stock. We had aisles that weren't set for Christmas and Halloween, but couldn't be set because the manager said that she wanted it done in a specific way and didn't want us to mess with it. There's usually a recovery to be done. A recovery, if you don't know, is where you go around and you take an item on a shelf and you make sure it's faced, it's nice, it looks neat, it's clean, and the shelves are all uniform and organized and everything like that. There was no recovery to be done because I had done it the past 2 days in a row, so there was nothing for me to do over there. There was really no cleaning to be done, obviously, in the middle of the day, because if customers come in, it'll interrupt the cleaning, so you can't do that till the end. So we were sitting there, both of us just like, we have nothing to do. It's slow, and there's nothing to do, so we're just sitting there with our thumbs up our asses, and we just sat there and talked for a little bit. Every day I go in there, and I do my job. I do my job to the best that I can with the amount of time I'm given, and I just try to go in and I say, alright, what do you want me to do today? And I do what they want me to do. And this day, there was nothing to be done. I could have just paced around the store for a few hours, but then I would have gotten probably in trouble for doing that. And so we just sat there, we just shot the shit for a couple hours, and, you know, we did the customers as it came up, we cleaned up stuff, we helped them as the situations arose, but most of the time we just sat there and just kind of just talked for a little bit, so, you know, whatever. And then everything went fine, and then this is the one night that my boss actually watched the cameras. The one time she watched the cameras and saw us just sitting there talking, and she was furious. And the biggest part was that she blamed me for being too easy to talk to and too distracting. I go in there with a sourpuss face, and I only put on a smile whenever customers are there, and I go in and I do my job, and I talk to people. Sure, I get along with some of the employees, we hang out, we talk, we chill, you know, we chat, we have some fun, we shoot the shit, but I go in there and I do my job every single day. This is the one day where it was just like, not much else to do, we're just gonna hang around, kind of thing. The one time, and this is the one time she watches, and now, for that entire time, she thought that I just never did my job. She thought that I was in there, I was toxic, that the manager thought this, that I distracted people. Every time I would talk to an employee for like a minute, she would come over and be like, get to work, people. And it's like, you fucking bitch. I do work. I work all the time. And here's the thing is, I'm not, you guys know me, I don't make things up about people. I don't attack people for no reason. I state facts. And the fact is that there's a train out there. I state facts. And the fact is that my boss, my manager, doesn't do her job, and she takes credit for what other people do at work. So we're always weeks behind in stock. We're always weeks behind in setting shelves and planograms and stuff. We're always behind, and one, it's not my responsibility. My job is cashier and stocking items, not to set planograms, not to redo aisles, not to, you know, go through all these items and sort them. Like, that's all manager and assistant manager jobs that I am doing because, why? I don't know. Because they have me do it. It's not my job. I shouldn't get in trouble for doing something that is not my job. But, so she comes in all the time, and here's the biggest kicker in the balls, is that she got mad at us for talking for a little bit, but she comes in every day, literally, I swear to God, she goes in there, and she will get stuck talking to a customer for over an hour. Like an hour of store time. She'll just be sitting there talking and talking and talking. She'll be going through her phone, showing pictures of her fucking dogs nobody cares about. She'll be going through, and she'll do that. She'll go outside and chat with the customers in the parking lot. She will sit there and just sit in the office. I've walked in the office on her all the time. She's just on Facebook, just scrolling through Facebook when she should be working. Schedule, she's supposed to have schedule ready for the next week. She gets it done the very last day, the very last couple hours of the day when schedule has to be up tomorrow. It's Friday, schedule needs to be up for Saturday because the week starts on Saturday, and I'm looking at it like, I don't know if I work tomorrow. I can't plan anything because she hasn't done the fucking schedule. She's in there doing it now. It's fucking 8 p.m. on Friday, and we close at 10, and she's just now doing the schedule. She doesn't do it because she walks around, she just complains when nothing gets done, and she doesn't do anything about it. And then, like I said, she just sits around and talks to customers all the time. The girl who I was talking to, Savannah, that day where we got in trouble, she would go on break in the office. She has like an hour break, and Heather would just walk in the office and just bug her for the entire break, for the entire hour, just sitting there and just hold her in the office and just talk to her about stuff nobody cares about. There was a time when she stole a story of mine and said it as if it happened to her. There was a customer that came in who was being a real piece of shit customer, and it was just like a oh my god, I can't believe this person is that way kind of story, and I passed it along. I told it to my boss, and then she came back a week later and must have forgot that I told her the story because she reiterated the story to me as if it happened to her. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, what the fuck? That's my story. That happened. You weren't there that day. That happened to me. So the thing is with this girl is that she is living in high school. She's living in high school drama, and she was clearly made fun of. She had a shitty time at school, and now she's taking advantage. She's the boss from Wanted. She's the boss from Wanted. The big fat lady who's just like, I'll get it done. I'll get it. She's the boss from Wanted. Is what she's like. She's just like taking advantage of people. She's acting like she's all high and mighty. Like everyone loves her. She's like, oh, the food driver loves me. We see him just like, is she here today? Oh, thank God. We see him like that. And it happens all the time. It's amazing. But that's the thing. Is like that's who she is. And I feel like she really had it out for me because of the one time where we talked. The one day where we just sat and talked for a little bit. And she never gave me any real responsibility. She'd have me come in and do recovery for like an entire 5-hour shift when I just did it for the entire 5-hour shift yesterday. Recovery takes me like 25 minutes if I'm uninterrupted. It doesn't take long at all. And then she gets annoyed when I'm not doing anything, but it's like I'm done with recovery, so she gets mad. But I just feel like She completely had it out for me. She even said that me and that girl Savannah, we can't be friends outside of work. She's like, you know, you're not supposed to be friends outside of work. What the fuck does that mean? This is 2017, bitch. That doesn't make any fucking sense, you know? I don't know, but a little rant on her. That's just some backstory and some idea on how she operated. But then she'd act super nice to your face. She'd be all, how's this? But she doesn't give a shit. She's evil, a manipulative bitch, and I fucking hate her. And I'm not saying her name, but I hope she watches this. I don't give a fuck. But the thing is, and that's basically what happened. Is I got let go because of that, and because my drawer's messed up. And like I said, there's a lot of time periods of the day, every day that I work, where the drawer is completely out of my hands, and I don't know what goes on with this. So she could easily have just messed with my drawer. The thing is, the past 2 times, I got 2 write-ups in the past like 3 weeks, and she's like, it was like exactly a $5 bill, exactly a $5 bill. In my head, like, that's completely fabricated. That is bullshit. Because I was super careful. Like, once I got like my first write-up or 2, I was so nervous and so scared, and I was being incredibly careful with my money. You have no idea how, making sure no bills are stuck together as I'm giving them to people, you know, and I was paying attention to everything. And then, no. And then she would give the excuse, there were a couple of others that I just ignored because I didn't want you to get in trouble. You're so full of shit. So full of shit. Because she said that this happened, she took like a 3-day vacation because she had a wedding that she went to, which, by the way, she had a wedding, and then we lost one of our key holders, which means there was 1 key holder and 2 cashiers, and then her as a manager. We lost a key holder, so there was 1 key holder, manager, sorry, there's supposed to be 2 key holders and a manager. We lost a key holder, so it was a key holder and a manager, and then 2 cashiers. There was 4 of us to run the store, okay? 4 of us. And she had a wedding. So now we're down to 1 key holder who doesn't have manager experience and 2 cashiers who can't do anything that requires a key, who can't close, who can't do anything. They are basically joined to a key holder for the day. The cashiers can't be by themselves. They have to have a key holder. And now the manager is gone, okay? Gone for 3 days. And every day at the end of my shift, I would ask Savannah, because she was the key holder, hey, was my drawer okay? Because I was paranoid. Like, was my drawer good? Everything fine? She's like, yeah, your drawer was fine. Because she would do the numbers and everything. And we're friends. She wouldn't lie to me. She wouldn't mess with me. She wouldn't do that. She's not a piece of shit person like my boss. And then but then my boss came and said this. Last one said it happened the 3 days where she was gone. And I told my friends, I told Savannah that, I'm like, that's what she said. And she was like, that is complete and utter bullshit. She was pissed off because that's bullshit, because she did the numbers. And she knows what my drawer is. So in my head, I'm like, well, this cunt wants to just get rid of me for whatever reason. And she's like, and she even told me off, she's like, I have heard nothing but good things about you. She's like, you're a good kid, Chris. I'm just sitting there like, can I fucking go home now? I do not want to talk to you because I know what's going on. I know what you did, but I can't prove anything. And that's the problem. So, yeah, guys, that basically is what happened. So, I know it was kind of long. I didn't mean for it to get so long, but I wanted to explain the entire story to you guys, let you guys know what was happening. And now, here I am. I don't have a job. I just applied for unemployment today because there's not much here. I'm going to have the unemployment for a couple weeks, I guess, while I try to find something else. But I'm going to try to... definitely not going to do retail again. I can't deal with that. Definitely can't do a factory job. I'm not built mentally or physically for a factory job. So it looks like it's back to being in a restaurant. Maybe in a dish pit again. Maybe I'll be a dishwasher again. I don't want to be a cook. I don't want the responsibility of being a cook again. Yeah. So, that's it. I have no income now. And then this comes the part where I always fear to mention, guys, if you want to help out, I don't know what I'm going to do right now. So if you guys wanted to help out, the one thing I can say is buy a book. You know, don't buy merchandise, don't buy a shirt, because I don't really get a lot of revenue from that. But I get like 80% revenue from book sales. So buy a book, send the website, and recommend it to any friend you know, any friend, family member, sibling, anyone you might know. Share on all your social media. Just share the book. Buy a book if you can. If you can't, don't worry about it. If you don't want to buy a book but still want to help, you can always just obviously donate on the direct PayPal donation. I hate that. I hate saying that. I feel shame for even muttering donation like that. But if you guys wanted to help, that's the situation right now. So, because I right now don't know what to do. And I need your guys' help. Because otherwise I'm going to have to, like, sell all my shit. And then there goes me from everything. Basically, I'd have to revoke who I am to make money. And then there goes all this. So, yeah. I've already had my tears. I already had that. I'm not going to do that here. But I'm trying to stay in good spirits, guys. I really, really, seriously am. I'm trying to stay as happy as I possibly can. I just feel so bad. Because it... Because it just feels like no matter what I do, I always end up failing, and I'm tired of being a failure. I just want to be somebody. I don't know. Thanks, guys, for watching. If you made it to the end, thank you a lot. I know it was a long video. I'll try to cut it down as much as I can, but yeah. Links to everything in the description. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.